I'm gonna go in the corner when I call.
Nice.
Just go back. Just go back. Just go back. Coming. Flash shower. Long. Coming. Just go back. Just go back. Just go back.
What's this mean? What's just go back mean? Because I don't know, given the way that you're playing. I would presume that means go back site, but you don't do that. Come back to where other people are. So yeah, you mean join up with these guys, but then you just stare A short.
Coming.
Yeah, this is a bad hold. You had this round. I don't think you should call for Astra smoke main. I think you should just smoke it. So you know Omen's lobby. You know they're potentially coming out A short. So you can just smoke this shit yourself.
Coming.
Not because you're greedy Jack going for sheriff kills. What do you mean? You can still go for sheriff kills, but this going for them this way is trash.
Flash shower.
There's a difference between being greedy and being dumb. And right now you're being dumb. You're not being greedy. I think a greedy player is fighting the Omen. There's a concept I was trying to explain to Box. It's like he made the same error that you're making here. So you've got two threats pushing you this way and this way. Okay. And you and your buddy are positioned like this right now. The analogy I made for Box was the League of Legends analogy because he plays League of Legends. So League of Legends is like played on a heckin' square map, and there's these 3 lanes, and then there's like jungle routes, like people can walk between them. But the point is, Box plays 1 versus 1 top lane. You don't even need to know anything about League of Legends. In League, it's safe to assume 2 versus 1 equals die. Okay, if they've got numbers, you lose. But what can happen is, let's say that this guy is our hero, Box. Let's say he's pushed way up here. Box in red, enemy, enemy in red, Box in green. Because that makes way more sense. But let's say the enemy jungler is coming up. Sorry, enemy in brown. I'm out here using, here we go, red. Enemy jungler is coming up. So what you don't want to do here is just like continue fighting this guy, because the jungler is going to reach and it's going to become 2v1. So there's 2 options here, and for high level League players it just comes naturally because he's played so many hours. You either like can try to kite away from this guy towards the jungler if this dude's like stuck under tower or whatever, to get into a scenario where you're over here fighting the jungler 1 versus 1, and then while you're fighting the jungler you'd like kite this way and this way as you're fighting them. And so the jungler either has to decide to leave because he doesn't want the 1v1, or to fight you 1v1. There's no 2v1 option here. At any point, like, this guy can't catch up. It's similar here, where right now there's an Omen main. He's going to be pushing up A main. You already have these guys A short. If you dash and play here to fight for A short, what's going to happen is this Omen is going to reach a point where he can fight you with his team. And you're going to get into this like 2-on-1 scenario. And that's because we started main and we committed to it. So what you're normally going to see like a better player do is, because you've already got 2 here, you should push out this way. If you take this fight directly to the Omen, you'll notice that these short players can't join. In order for them to join the fight, they either need to 1, push through your site like this, not gonna happen, that'd be crazy, you've got teammates coming, or 2, they have to cancel the A hit to help Omen. And in the event that happens, like the Omen's playing real slow, you just smoke and now you fall back, because now there's no threat.
Did you know only 420% of the people who watch my videos could actually receive free VOD reviews?
Really?
It's true!
Even me?
Absolutely!
Wow! I'm going to join the Discord to learn how. Then show up to a VOD review stream to get some of that potassium wisdom. No scope, right to my brain.
And that's not all. I'm also offering free Valorant gift cards to anyone who makes successful improvement based on my coaching, made possible by the support of the Generous Knowers Guild on Discord.
So what are you waiting for? Hit us up!
And enjoy the video.
Jet Haven, Immortal 3. Damn, homie's on the climb. You're already back. Do I really have to type nut milk, #milk on the overlay, dude? What the hell? How old are you? 15? I can tell. Grow out of this like now. I'm telling you, you're going to cringe at yourself looking back at that. I'm just gonna say Jiro hashtag Hooge is your name. This is good.
Went TT, they fled TT. Like two
Wait.
fled TT.
Wait.
Went TT, they fled TT.
The way you say CT, it sounds like you're saying TT.
Flash. Went TT, they fled TT.
Okay. One
Like two
CT.
fled TT. Heaven.
Stop bullying. What do you mean? I'm genuinely expressing concern for the clarity of
I
comms.
got the heaven drop. They're out.
Okay. So generally, in this type of position, when you know there's no flanker, like, I mean, look at their comp. They're not flanking. We saw the jet. Your breach should watch the heaven drop, and you can ask him to watch the heaven drop. It's not that hard. You're very vocal. The reason why it's so easy for him is because this dude can tuck like over here and just take a line on ammo. This is called ammo. You should know that. You're trying to get higher elo. I don't know if you call this ammo yet. But he can tuck here and hold this line. And if they try to drop anywhere else, they're just dead, right? Like if they drop not ammo, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. They're just going to die to you hell anyways. You've got two people here. You'll just adjust onto them. So you don't really need to hold for the drop as long as you've got this guy out here just spotting your ammo. And then this guy could swing out if they drop anywhere else. Okay. So you want to be playing this with your homie, which you end up going to play. Oh, no, you don't actually. You peeked a bit deep.
Heaven. Nice, massive. Because it's massive.
Massive. Dude's using massive in his message too. All right, we got to expand that lexicon. Phenomenal round, team.
I don't think they're stacking. Cypher C, massive.
Massive.
I'm running from C. Oh, never mind, we're going C. He's in garage.
Yeah, so you should just burn an updraft. Let's boot up the server. One sec. Let me explain. It'll make total sense to you because you have the awareness. You're aware that KO could have rotated fast. He could be tucked back site right now. He could be potentially back plat. It's not likely, but he could be. So you're going to clear it, which is correct. But we can clear it a better way. You could change your name to Massive. KO totally could be back site, right? And he could also be like flooding out CT at this point in time to rotate to help his team. And what's important is if we want to figure out where he is. We don't need to kill him, not yet. We need to not die, okay? So the number one priority in a 1-0 round is not dying because the round's already won. We're almost always going to win a 1-0 round when the enemy team doesn't force. Our priorities shift. It's no longer about killing this guy. It's about finding them and then killing them without dying. Because they could be flooding out CT here or back plat, what I'm doing is I'm priming this dash, I'm updrafting, I'm floating here. I might even use the second updraft. Let me do it without talking. So I updraft to spot CT, then I might use the second updraft spot here and then dash away. Does that make sense? And now you know he's not sight and you can cover like CT with your buddy and double up. It's like a really safe way to check because if this guy's here and you updraft and they go to shoot at you, you just dash away. If they peek out, they're peeking into two of you. And so he's almost never killing you now. And all you're doing is spending like 300 credits. It's fine. All right. Well, we're on round 3 and I think this is enough for you to tell me your read. Where do all 5 of them play? Put them on the minimap for me right now with your read. I think there's a couple gimmies, like Cypher. You mean right now? Yeah. You will, in hindsight, in 3 rounds, of course, we've already hit all of the sites. I want the early reads because there's actually, I've noticed something quite important this game and I would use it to try and win the bonus, you know, because you didn't make contact. Well, then you're not aware enough. So the big thing I want you to notice is on pistol round.
Can you? He might
There's
have
a KO knife.
flash.
And then there's fast rotate jet. And here's Omen, which tells me a lot. Okay. So first of all, Omen's playing strong side, which is bad. It's not the best. Now, sometimes Omen can play A. Okay. It's not necessarily bad, but here's their formation right now. This is where I would have put all of them because you had all of this information. The only piece of information you didn't explicitly have was the fade being garage, but where else would she be? Because the jet was A so fast, she's playing fast rotate. She might have peaked window off rip. This is where they're playing. If we go round 2, you can see this is being more justified. Do you see? There's Jett peeking mid. There's Fade Garage. There's Cypher C. And now KO is doubled up mid. It's fine. It's their eco. So the point is, when you're trying to win bonus round against this comp, I have a big advantage over you in my odds of winning because I've placed the enemies roughly correctly on the map in my head. And you know what I've noticed? They've got like terrible hecking A-hold. Their A-hold's really weak. Generally speaking, you want a duelist on this A-hold because the hits can get really explosive. Omen and KO don't have a really strong way to coordinate, as far as I know. So this is massive. This is massive. I think this means this Jett is going to have to rotate quickly, like she did on pistol round. And so I'm hoping we try to call something related to that. No, we're just going to run C into Cypher. Okay, pause. If we were in the eyes of a professional Jett player now in solo queue, what did we just learn? We saw the Fade out here. We just learned that it's exactly like last round. They have one A. It's KO and Jett mid. See this knife? So I would like call. I would turn around. I want to go A.
Wait, am I going Ego here?
Knife tag nothing, so they're already like C-side. You see? The KO literally rotated from B towards C. If you just seen that knife and been like, yo, A is like free.
Yo,
You hate this? Yeah. This is the part where the banana shows you it's a strategy game.
so unlucky.
There's Cypher, also C.
And two.
Now, who's the most likely to be flank right now? It could be Fade, the garage player. It could be Jett, the person who walks out B, or it could be Omen, right? The person who walked out A. And it's important that we pay attention to who it is.
Flanked.
Perfect. It's Jett, which means she routed this way or this way, which is quite dangerous, okay? So what we can now tell is they like KO knifing here for the Jett to walk up. This Jett is probably being pretty vocal about that. So I'd play into that. And the reason why she's pushing like that is because we don't have a sentinel. Well, okay, you're just better. You may pay more attention to positions of the enemies by utility. Yeah, you have to essentially start every round with a read. The read doesn't have to be right. Like, for example, I never would have predicted Cypher to be here, you know? I'd never in a million years have predicted it to be Cypher. I thought it was Jett. But the point is, I thought there were 2B, and there was 2B. So it's like good enough.
And just flash me into girl.
Okay. Are you going to rush every single round on Haven? You're going to call
Ask you, can you smoke window?
rushes every round on Haven. Is Fade playing garage that common? No, Fade shouldn't be garage. So I quite like that we're pushing her. KO would probably be the best garage player here. Maybe Omen.
I'm pretty sure I had one on like B.
Yeah, so right now, instead of saying I'm pretty sure I heard one on B, you can say Omen's the A player. He's always A, right? Because he is. Now, it doesn't mean anything necessarily, other than Omen's not C right now, right? Omen could have rotated this way, or could have flanked out. If I was Breach, I would not be routing that way, though. Yeah, and there's Jett walking out mid.
Yeah, that wall was a bit grief.
Like, you see why Breach shouldn't be walking that way? The Jett has a history of pushing out, but also Omen's unknown, and so he could be coming over this way. And so if Breach walks out this way, he's just dying because he doesn't know where to look. I wouldn't know where to look. It's 50-50, 50-50. So you guys should just be going C, yeah? It's probably free. At most is one guy. There's no way they got two just sitting C. Nah, you're going to rush every round?
Flash the box. Oh, trip. Wait.
Ooh, this Cypher's got read.
I'm fucked. I can't do. Yo, I didn't see the trip. What?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jiro, but can't you just dash? Doesn't it just break the trip? No? Okay, I haven't played Cypher. Thank you. Ah, they buffed it. I remember now.
Wait.
Okay, you're trying to break the trip. Wow, what is this trip?
Flash the box. Oh, trip.
I think you saw it for like a split second. This is a really good trip. Yeah. This is the trip here.
Trip. Wait.
Wait, no, yeah, it is. Holy cow.
I can't do.
What are you supposed to do about that, man? You got outplayed. I shrug that round off every day. Whoa. Whoa. First of all, you're on the orb. You can take it from the side. He's never played that aggressive though. You mean the enemy Cypher? Yeah, he has. Round 2, the Cypher was right here with the Sheriff. Remember? You peeked him with your Guardian. He was probably gonna walk down if he didn't peek him the moment the round began. His Cypher's tricky. Maybe Cypher's tricky. Everybody else is pretty easy. So all I'd be doing, here's my call. 2 to 5 is rough. My call is to find Cypher. I was to figure out where the hell that guy's playing and then hit another site. Maybe break Cypher util if possible. It's annoying we don't have a Sova. I would use Sova generally here, but without Sova is still fine. It's pretty common on Haven for teams to run Killjoy actually. And the most common pattern you'll see in high elo is the Killjoy will be set up C, like weak side, and she'll have like a turret. You've seen it a million times. You'll have like a turret here or a turret here, like whatever. Alarm bot here. She'll have util to cover garage. And what teams will do in high elo is they'll take grass space, they'll walk up, they'll like smoke window, they'll break the turret, break the alarm bot, and then they'll full reset. They'll full reset, and they'll go back to playing an attack round from here. Because now Killjoy can't control all of C on her own. Somebody's got to rotate off of A, link towards B. B player's got to rotate over to his window. And now they play the round again. Because now Killjoy doesn't have that free info. And Cypher can be sort of similar. This guy is playing really tricky.
Let's just push for a peak mid. Maybe
Which is tough. He's a hard opponent. You think the Cypher's smurfing? We're playing in Immortal 3, Humaba. I think the whole concept of a smurf sort of falls apart. Yeah, this is my hot take, but if a Radiant player is hopping on their alt and it's a Mortal 3, I don't give a shit.
I can afford next.
I think that's fine. Immortal 3s can pop pros all the time.
Bye, thanks. Do you want to flash out?
Yeah, at Immortal 3, you're good enough at the game as well that you can learn from it. You know this take that I hate, which is like if you're facing a smurf, you should be thankful you can learn from it. That's not true if there's a big enough gap. Like, if you're platinum and you're facing Curry, you're not going to learn shit because even if you outplay Curry, he's going to click your head and you're going to die. And you might even think that you got outplayed, but you didn't. But if you're a Mortal 3 and you outplay Curry, you're killing him. The problem is you're just not going to outplay Curry. But you actually can learn from it because there's not like the max gap, really.
I'm lagging, so...
Dude.
I can't.
We're hitting this Cypher every round.
I can't. The Cypher's probably on A. Okay, long maybe. The Cypher's here.
What?
Maybe.
This Cypher literally is just going... He's just swapping sides.
Have we cleared back plat? Inside. Oh, Warlock.
If this Cypher is C again, he's a genius, but I don't think he
Ted
is.
is back left.
Yeah, he's just alternating sides every round. Good entry. Okay, this is good so far. How the hell did Omen get out?
Yo. Wait, what happened? Did
Omen just ult onto your site? Oh my god, you know what happened? Holy, you guys got so outplayed. You got fade ulted. This Omen, I don't know if he smoked up here, but he could have. He just ulted right here. He's ulted right here and nobody cleared it because they didn't hear the ult. You could have calmed it. You gotta realize you dodged the fade ult. These guys didn't. So if you had presence of mind to hold push to talk and say Omen's ulting, you might have won the round. Your teammates didn't know he was ulting. They don't have audio. But that's really tough. That's really tough.
Yo.
You can't play Haven this way. This is not how you play Haven. Where are the fakes? Where's the anticipation of pacing of enemy rotations? Where are the reads on how they're defending? It is all missing from your game. And so you're leaving all of this on the table. You called for a fake. What round? What round? What round? You can't remember? That's fine. I'll go look for it.
Can we try to fake
A
and then go C, please?
That's your call?
I don't.
No shot you're blaming the team for this shit. You think this is a blameless call. You think can we fake A and go C is sufficient. How are you faking A? I would not consider this sufficient to blame your team for not following the call. You didn't give anybody a job. Like, yo, Breach and I are going to fake A. You other three walk up C. I'm going to smoke the cross. Breach, can you stun A main? I'm going to dash out. And then everybody start walking up C.
I don't. Bye, Phoenix. Bye, Phoenix.
There's no plan. This is not a fake. This call is trash.
Oh. I'm in long. Let this smith off.
Nobody's going to follow that call because nobody knows who's doing what. You didn't want to go deep. I don't care what you wanted. I'm saying I don't know the plan. And so how the hell is your team supposed to know the plan? I don't really care how you want to fake A. What I'm saying is I don't know who's supposed to walk C. When are they supposed to do it? How are you faking A? With whom? Is Gecko faking with you? Sage? Astra? Breach? I don't know. Are you smoking the cross? Beats me. Are you dashing? I don't know. How do we end C? I don't know. Should make comms more detailed? Yeah, absolutely. This plan is, I would not count this as like your team not listening. I would count this as you're not calling anything. I'm not going to lie. I think your team would absolutely listen if you said, yo, can we make presence A and end C? I'm going to smoke the cross and I want Breach to stun A main. Then we're going to play passive for A short, have Sage Astra walk up C long, Gecko control garage. Like you call like that, everybody's doing that shit. No surprise to me that you lost more than you won on attack, even though this is an attacker-sided map. This is an attacker-sided map because the defenders can't put 2 people on each site because this would be 6 defenders. So it's impossible. And therefore the attackers can usually finesse their way onto a site with 1 defender. But you weren't doing that. You were just pushing. You feel like your teammates should also add some of their own input for the round? Oh yeah, they should. But I got bad news for you, Jiro. Can't control these guys. If your fake call was comprehensive, and the team didn't follow it and didn't come, I would be in your back corner. I'd be like, Jiro, your team fucking sucks this game and it's not your fault. Okay? Because that does happen. That does happen. You will lose games because of bad teammates, but this isn't one of them. You have not done all you could do and therefore you're at fault.
I lobby Jet.
You just got shit on.
Yeah, bye, Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, your team has no recon. Like, it's really tough. Generally, I wouldn't be peeking a main for info like that. I'd be getting an off angle, fight to kill. I think if you have to solo contest long with no info, like no recon initiator, I don't think you can peek even with knife. I think this is really dangerous. I think I would come out here because you can take a shot, tuck, you can prime your dash, you fire some bullets, you can dash away. It's a lot safer. And you can also actually like potentially kill one. Yeah, I know you don't want to die. That's because you've got the 4-stack mid. I think contesting it this way for info is going to get you killed more often than this way. Of course, this way you will have to expend your dash, but I think that's fine.
I'm going to go in the corner when I call.
Nice.
Just go back. Just go back. Just go back. Coming. Flash shower. Long. Coming. Just go back. Just go back. Just go back.
What's this mean? What's just go back mean? Because I don't know, given the way that you're playing. I would presume that means go back site, but you don't do that. Come back to where other people are. So yeah, you mean join up with these guys, but then you just stare A short.
Coming.
Yeah, this is a bad hold. You had this round. I don't think you should call for Astra smoke main. I think you should just smoke it. So you know Omen's lobby. You know they're potentially coming out A short. So you can just smoke this shit yourself.
Coming.
Not because you're greedy Jack going for sheriff kills. What do you mean? You can still go for sheriff kills, but this going for them this way is trash.
Flash shower.
There's a difference between being greedy and being dumb. And right now you're being dumb. You're not being greedy. I think a greedy player is fighting the Omen. Like Tens is a good example of this.
Yeah.
He's just like you for real. Bam. You see like the small difference though?
They know I'm short.
He was able to tiny micro unpeak the flash. Because while Tens is out here trying to take the fight just like you, but he's also not out here being dumb about it. He knows that they want to flash through smoke. There's a concept I was trying to explain to Box. It's like he made the same error that you're making here. So you've got 2 threats pushing you this way and this way. Okay? And you and your buddy are positioned like this right now. The analogy I made for Box was the League of Legends analogy because he plays League of Legends. So League of Legends is like played on a heckin' square map, and there's these 3 lanes, and then there's like jungle routes, like people can walk between them. But the point is, Box plays 1 versus 1 top lane. You don't even need to know anything about League of Legends. In League, it's safe to assume 2 versus 1 equals die, okay? If they've got numbers, you lose. But what can happen is, let's say that this guy is our hero, Box. Let's say he's pushed way up here. Box in red, enemy, enemy in red, Box in green. Because that makes way more sense. But let's say the enemy jungler is coming up. Sorry, enemy in brown. I'm out here using, here we go, red. Enemy jungler is coming up. So what you don't want to do here is just like continue fighting this guy, because the jungler is going to reach and it's going to become 2v1. So there's 2 options here. And for high level League players, it just comes naturally because he's played so many hours. You either like can try to kite away from this guy towards the jungler if this dude's like stuck under tower or whatever, to get into a scenario where you're over here fighting the jungler 1 versus 1. And then while you're fighting the jungler, you'd like kite this way and this way as you're fighting them. And so the jungler either has to decide to leave because he doesn't want the 1v1, or to fight you 1v1. There's no 2v1 option here. At any point, like, this guy can't catch up. It's similar here, where right now there's an Omen main. He's going to be pushing up A main. You already have these guys A short. If you dash and play here to fight for A short, what's going to happen is this Omen is going to reach a point where he can fight you with his team. And you're going to get into this like 2-on-1 scenario. And that's because we started main and we committed to it. So what you're normally going to see like a better player do is, because you've already got 2 here, you should push out this way. If you take this fight directly to the Omen, you'll notice that these short players can't join. In order for them to join the fight, they either need to 1, push through your site like this. Not gonna happen. That'd be crazy. You've got teammates coming. Or 2, they have to cancel the A hit to help Omen. And in the event that that happens, like the Omen's playing real slow, you just smoke and now you fall back. Because now there's no threat. See, because you're committed to the main hold here. Because we're 9 seconds in the round and you're still main. So this is a bad decision. That makes sense?
Just go back.
If we just push that Omen with the breach, these guys can't fight us. The short players are out of the game, essentially. It's essentially just 2 versus 1. Maybe 2 if Cypher's not short right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be holding it so defaulty against a Jett who's known to pre-fire.
This one. They smoked my cross.
Wait, you're not even gonna try killer?
Yeah, they're coming long.
Oh man.
Nice. I'm pushing back.
Where's the greed? When do they smoke there?
They smoked my
Man, you turn around so fast.
fade A lobby. Just one.
I don't know. I feel like the opera in me wants to hold here so bad.
120.
Why? Like, why are you peeking late window? Dude, they're hitting C! Giro, they're making tons of C noise. If they have a lurker, they're gonna be grass. Who the heck lurks window on a C split? We know they're lurking. They broke our Sage wall that other round. You don't know these players weird? No, you're the weird one, man. They're doing everything normal. Your mechs are off this game? I don't think your mechs are off this game. I'm not gonna lie. If you're saying that you would have played better this game if your mechs were on, that's a problem. Because I'm seeing brain gap. Like giga brain gap. I don't see any issue with your mechs. Which means if your mechs are even better than this, you're like giga tunnel visioned in your games.
I'm gonna rotate.
Why are you gonna rotate? Why? This is what I'm talking about. This is so dumb. Look at the minimap, dude. You've got 3. It's lit. They don't hold A too well. It doesn't fucking matter, Jiro. It's the goddamn statistics of it all. You think your gecko is gonna hold C 1v5? I've got great news for you, Jiro. The talking banana gives you permission to hold garage and trust your team because they have 3 on A here. The only time I don't give you this permission is one, you don't have an op. Like if you had a rifle, this makes way more sense. Okay. Way more sense because your rifle's not bad on retake. It's fine. You're opping, dude. You tell your teammates that it's not your fault when they can't hold A, then you're an asshole, Jiro. When your teammates can't hold A 3v5, you say, my bad. Okay? You say, I'm sorry. I should have been there. My bad.
Nice.
Look, they're fine.
Nice.
You said they couldn't do it. They're fine. Dude.
Sage.
They're fine.
Dang.
Look. Why do you need to be here? Oh, very useful. Yeah, nice.
Oh my god, I whiffed.
You're coping so hard, Jiro. They go only this round. You're so results oriented. It's not even funny. This is a giga problem. You can't be like, oh, my team lost the hold last round, and therefore I can never trust them again. No, it's a numbers game. A properly disciplined opper will understand that this is only one of hundreds of Haven games they're going to play. And statistically speaking, they should hold grass there. And then when your team loses the 4th hold in a row, you go unlucky. The moment you're gonna hecking rotate over here to support your 3 teammates holding A with your operator, leaving a single Gecko C, then I'm calling you trash at Valorant because you're trash at Valorant. So you want to be as involved as possible though. Not when you're opping and you've got 3 on A on Haven and Immortal 3. People are gonna like quote me in like the YouTube comments. They'll be like, oh, but Hooj, in this Diamond 3 Haven review, you told them to rotate. And I'm like, yeah, maybe because it's different. Like this is advice I'm giving specifically to Jiro, who's close to Radiant. We have to like stop being so light on our feet with the operator. The operator has to control their sight. You lost this game because your attack sucked. Like your defense is not that bad. I think you're too light on your feet with the op here. We need some more trust when we actually have 3A, unlike this round where we had 1A, you liar. So establishing a bit more trust there is going to be good. But attack, holy, your attack is bad. It's actually like griefing you. Play slower. Try to have implicit reads on enemy positioning / like more trust in teammates. For example, if you have Sentinel +2 holding the other site and you are opping, you really shouldn't be rotating until the enemy team is 100% committed to their hit.